This is what we're about to describe as a normal human tendency that anyone coming into the WSS or having been in the WSS at any time could operate from at a subconscious level and could validate doing so, even if they don't recognize that they're validating doing so. So if we say, if any part of our system says, I want this all to be about me or my personal relevance to the WSS process, or at least whatever I choose to have unilateral effect on or in. Now, this is not a bad or wrong feeling. Does it make sense that such a feeling would tend to lead to one feeling safe, valid, deferred to, relevant, appreciated, important, and even serving to the process? And it would seem to quell all kinds of challenging concerns or fears or projections or expectations or energies. And of course, it doesn't tend to do that. All of these bullet points are again quite usual bullet points that have tended to happen in the past at different times. None of them are problems. All of them are processes. Just what humanity as a whole is working through, not just the people in the WSS. Does it make sense that any of these could walk in, so to speak, with anybody from any walk of life that would participate in this organizational process? And it would feel natural to them for that to be so. And if we were to say to them, well, that really doesn't work, they might try to double down or triple down on that because that's been their go-to default safety and control strategy they've applied in innumerable other venues very seemingly successfully. So, of course, transcendent of all these things is useful. So if we say that I have to prove that I have importance in the WSS process constantly, is it normal for every person in the whole world to want to prove their relevance? Now, the question is, can we as an organization accept that everybody's relevant all the time, 100%? Nobody's less relevant, nobody's more relevant, they're all relevant, equally relevant. If we can accept that, then it's generally speaking a fear of abandonment or a fear of lack or loss or fear of not being safe or a fear of not being in control that would motivate us to feel we have to prove our importance in the WSS process. We see your importance. We see your relevance. We see your validity. We see the necessity of you participating. We recognize it fully. The question is, your sole importance, your sole relevance is different than the relevance or importance of any ego parts or fragmented ego identity elements that might be participative in this process. Are we making sense with that delineation, that differentiation of those two seemingly concurrent or processes that tend to occur in tandem? The ego would say inevitably, oh, I should be running things, or I should be in charge, or I'm the one who knows what's happening. Nobody else knows what's happening. I'm the only one who knows what's happening. Or I have to have some part of this process that's mine, that's I'm absolutely in control of, or I possess, I own, thus I can get rewarded for my contribution in this area. And that would then give me safety and control, and it would give me power and influence and steerage on the team process or the organizational process. And how much of that is the voice of your soul talking? Does it make sense that other people see and recognize and appreciate whatever you do as you do it? Even if you don't feel them appreciating it, there's some part of them that does. Even if you don't feel that they have seen it occur, there's some part of them that does. Even if their egos don't validate you, their soul is loving you and your soul process 100% of the time, all the time. If we can accept that in this a comprehensive statement, we apologize for this. If we can admit to ourselves and accept, and this means John 2, 100% of the time, none of this is about any of us. It can't be, it hasn't been, it won't be, it'll never be. It's about service. Service to God, service to other souls, service to the natural world, service to sentient beings, service to future generations. That may be difficult to accept. And if one does accept it, hopefully quantumously, I can guarantee you will receive all kinds of support and love and kindness and appreciation from spirit, from the universe, from other people, that you just will. Your ego might not feel it, or the subconscious ego identified parts of your system might not feel it. And that doesn't mean that they also need to hear it. It just means it's useful that they be dissolved so that you can hear it completely through your soul. So if we have any attachment to results, strangely enough, that doesn't equal us caring. How many people have been taught that if they really care, they're going to get a specific result, they're going to get the job done, they're going to do it right, they're going to show up, they're going to give what they have to give, and by gosh, there's going to be a specific result, and you can take that to the bank because it happened. We're being a little facetious. That said, is there truth to if we detach from results and focus, not attach, focus on conscious collaboration, we're going to get results. If we have faith and trust that is going to be the result, the results will simply naturally unfold from that process. Far better than any part of our system that would want to make specific results occur, then wonderful, even more optimal results do occur. Ego-identified parts of people are not egoic. They're not all about, look at me, look how good I am, I'm better than everybody else, and I feel good about me. That's not what ego-identified parts are about for the most part. Ego-identified parts are far more often, I don't feel good enough, I don't feel that I'm loved, cared about, or I could be abandoned, I'm afraid that I'm not doing the right thing, or I'm afraid I'm going to do the wrong thing. Those are ego-identified parts. Are we making sense with ego? Is not about feeling good about oneself. Not really. It's always, or often, most often a striving to escape not feeling good about oneself by trying to build oneself up socially or interpersonally. So it's a very nuanced dance to facilitate folks that may not feel comparatively, they compare themselves and contrast themselves to others. Human beings do this daily, constantly. How do you help somebody feel good enough to then feel confident enough to then dissolve the concern about whether they do or do not yet feel good enough?